Hello, and welcome to another season of War Battle Report. We're playing another game today. Battle for the Pass is the mission, and the armies are Lumineth Realmlords
versus Nighthaunt.
Yeah, so the new shiny elves versus some spooky ghosts. Battle for the Pass on this mission's long ways. Our own objectives are worth 1 point, holding them. The middle ones are worth 2. If we hold our opponents, they're 4.
Yep.
We're not playing terrain rules or realm. I don't care about realm. We'll just roll off for sides. 1.
Oh.
You had a choice. All right.
Pick the sides.
So yeah, we'll go through deployment. You're gonna have to drop first. Yeah, let's get into deployment and we'll go from there. All right, so finished deployment. You had first deployment, but I was a 3 drop. I started out a little bit, but finished first.
Mm-hmm.
What are you running? What do you have on the board?
All right, so I'm back with the whole mess of spirit hosts again, except this time I'm running 2 of the execution horde battalions. So each one is 3 units of spirit hosts, so in this case 3 units of 3. So I got 6 units total, and then 2 Lord Executioners. I have 2 units of 10 Chain Rasts. I got Reignor, Spirit Torment, the Dreadblade Harrow, and then a Morngul also in the Underworlds with 6 units of Spirit Hosts and the 2 Lord Executioners. So I have 7 units on the board and 7 units off the board.
Yeah, so lots of deep striking, so you can pop up on the objectives, which is scary for me, especially with my relatively limited mobility compared to armies I typically play. So in my list, I'm running, let's see, here. So the Venari Battalion, the Orlon Legion Battalion, so that's my 3 units of Wardens and my 3 units of Sentinels and my Cathalar in my battalion, and then I'm running Teclis and a unit of 5 Dawn Riders. So not very much. I am also running Spell Portal for 70 points, and then Soul Snare Shackles and Prismatic Palisade. So a bunch of endless spells just to kind of fill out my points. Obviously the Spell Portal one can be pretty impactful with actually a couple different spells. But we'll see kind of how that goes. I'm running Syar for my nation, which gives me the 2 Aether Quartz for each unit. As well, I can spend a command point in any phase to let 2 units go, which normally you can only do 1 per phase. Just as a quick mention, obviously, Lumineth, fresh release on the table, fresh release to the world. I'm actually running all old High Elf models I have from 20 plus years ago of us getting into the hobby, when we were younger. So I actually just quickly kind of slapped some paint on them. So they're not the prettiest, but they're all nice and regal looking to an extent.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, I'm using all my old High Elf models, but it's pretty clear Spearmen are Wardens, the Archers are Sentinels, and then This is a combo of some old horse units for Dawn Riders. Techless on his giant base, and then the Papilar. Obviously just kind of waiting to get my hands on the full range and models and everything so I can slowly replace all these units. But this is just for now so I can get playing and testing and have some fun slinging spells for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just wanted to give that quick caveat. I've had one game so far with these guys, and they've performed kind of as expected. Strong chip damage and then slow, but they got some tricks, so we'll see what happens against your spooky ghosts.
All right.
I guess I have to choose who's going first. So the two thoughts, I could give it to you, but really giving it to you, it's not like you're a normal combat army that's just going to move up and it wastes your turn. Because you have the potential deep strike, trap me in my battlefield while I don't have any buffs up. So I think I'm going to take the turn, unfortunately, so I can get buffs up, start moving up the field, and not get trapped in my own end, because it'd be hard for me to get onto and push you off of objectives super quickly. I can damage a lot of different units, but it's not as easy to take out one at a full couple units. But you also are running pretty MSU, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna take the turn.
Okay.
So we're going into top of round 1. Lumineth going first. All right, good luck.
You too.
Okay, so that was a quick turn for me. End of Lumineth turn 1. Basically just cast spells, got off all my buffs, and then ran these guys up. I didn't run them, but so big things. Everyone pretty much got their exploding 5s off. These spearmen, I put Speed of Hish on them. I put Ethereal on them. They're still in my 5-up Feel No Pain. So everything will have my 5-up Feel No Pain. But obviously, not wanting to move out of Shining Company for -1 to hit shows how, you really see how slow I am kind of getting upfield. Very different than a lot of the other armies I play. Other than that, I got Spell Portal off with the Techless combo for the Mortal Wounds. Did 4 mortals through to your Nighthaunt, or sorry, your Spirit.
No.
Chain Rasps. And then one wound to each of your Spirit Hosts, and 1 to the other unit of Chain Rasps. And then I had 3 archers in range of 30 to shoot, and they took off another guy. So not very significant in terms of me taking advantage of the turn, but I just needed to start moving up for board control and get all my buffs up, because if I gave you the turn, you could pop up. I wouldn't have my 5-up Feel No Pain. I wouldn't have any of my exploding 5s, all that kind of thing. So the castle is slowly inching forward, and we'll go into Nighthaunt turn 1.
So you've got 3 points.
Yes. So I'll score this objective for 2, and then my home objective for 1. So that one's wide open. We'll be able to just pop right up on that. So we'll go into Nighthaunt turn 1.
Okay.
Okay, so end of battle round 1 and end of your first turn.
Yep.
You get some spooky ghost things.
Yeah, I dropped in a whole bunch of spirit hosts. I lost 2 here and 1 there. And then I took 2 wounds on the other ones.
Yeah.
Spearmen are disgusting. Don't go anywhere near them.
Yeah.
That's what we learned.
Yeah. So I know the tough thing with these guys is like obviously screening, right? And it is just it illustrates it very well. I did try to do the trick with the Cathalar and the bravery thing. So she made them immune, and then I made them -7. They had an additional -1 because of the ability when I spend the Aether Quartz. And then they lost 1, so they were at -9 from 10. And so at 2 you would have lost 1, and at 3 up you would have lost them both. And then but you rolled a 1, so you didn't lose any. Yeah.
I killed 3 or more models of yours, so I got to heal my
Spirit
guys.
host, one you adopted. You take both the middle objectives, so you score 5.
Yeah.
And yeah. See, this is like this is the fear, right? With Lumineth, that everybody talks about the damage output with the spell portal and that, and it's like what I did 7 wounds worth in turn 1 because you know with your positioning. Obviously, this is lengthways, so it's a little harder. But yeah, it's like I think I had to do that though. I had to take first. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise,
with my list, I don't know what else.
you would have only had 1 point, and I'd be up 5-1.
Yeah, but I think now if I lose priority, I don't. It's going to be very tough to come back if I lose priority here.
So let's hope you lose.
Okay, so I win ties.
Yep.
2, you win.
I'm
4.
taking the double.
Okay, so we're going into top of round 2. Nighthaunt turn 2.
All right.
Rest in peace.
Alright, end of Nighthaunt, turn 2, top of round 2. I failed one charge with the Lord Executioner. Let's start back with your phase. I tried to cast a spell with Reichard, and he failed. And then I tried to cast a second spell using Cogs, and he auto-unbinded, so eventful magic phase, but he did get to
Snuff one corpse
Snuff
candle.
a corpse candle, will give you immortal. That was pretty much all of my... Oh, I brought back 2 Chain Rasps in hero phase. Moved Chain Rasps just back from the objective, so they're still holding it, but it's a larger charge for you. Move the Spirit Host even a little further back from that to counterattack. Move the hero over to either side to give them the auras and whatnot. Yeah, and then I tried my charge and failed, and then it was just more combats. I lost 2 Spirit Hosts, you lost...
Just one. Oh, one over there. Yeah, sorry.
And you lost maybe 4 guys.
So, well, I lost 2 here, so I actually owe you a battle shot here still. So I lost 2 guys here, and 2 spearmen. No, 3 spearmen. And then I used the Cathlar to make them immune, and put the minus here, but to lose any, you would have to roll a 6, and you roll the 1. So here I'm at -2, so anything over 4, he's fine. So, yeah, you're just slowly kind of chewing through, but really you've killed more than half of my archers.
Yeah.
So I have almost no output left there.
I've killed almost 2/3 of them. Because I killed the whole unit and 9 from that unit.
Yeah, because that's all the shooting guys, only the leaders left. So you've killed over 2/3.
Yeah, and then I'll take another 5 points, putting me at 5-3. Or 10-3.
10-3, yeah.
10-3.
Yeah, so we're going into bottom of round 3. Lumineth turn. I'm going to obviously try and reclaim victory. Pull it from the ashes. All right, end of round 2, Lumineth. Okay, so just in the middle of my movement phase on my turn, and just wanted to make a quick note. What I tried to do was I gave these guys speed of Hish so they're double move, and tried to run them, knowing that when I ran, I would lose my Shining Company. But we looked at the rules, and I actually can't run until after I break my Shining Company. So I can't run when I'm in Shining Company, so I would have to move, and then the following turn, if I broke it, I would be out. So I would be 6 inches further back. So just talking it out, I'm going to move over here rather than doing that. And so when I finish my move here, I'm gonna break my Shining Company so that I can charge here. Obviously new army, just an interesting rules iteration. I wanted to try and sneak onto your back one. But I'll still break it so I can try in this one, take it on this one, and then hope for the double. So I can try and take yours after. Yeah, just wanted to kind of make a note of that, but we're continuing on with my turn. Okay, so battle round 2. Man, we're only finished round 2.
Lots of new rules.
Yeah, and lots of combats and things going on.
Yeah.
So end of Lumineth turn 2. I moved up. Obviously, I couldn't get to that one, so I moved up, killed a bunch of chain rats to take this objective. What I had left here, overall, you definitely had the upper hand in terms of the combats. Definitely, I killed. I guess overall 4 spirit hosts, or finish off 4 spirit hosts, but I lost, a unit and a half of spearmen. I lost another horse rider, a couple archers. So I don't have a lot of bodies left.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be huge who gets the priority.
I think, yeah.
If you get it, you get 4 points. If I get it, I'm gonna get 4 points.
Yeah. So I will score 3 points again at the end of my round, or so at the end of my turn. But I'm already down 4 points.
Yeah.
So even scoring 4
just ties.
Yeah. Well, theoretically, if I win priority and take that, I would score 7. But you're scoring a lot, and then feasibly pretty likely to take that. So I think it's going to be very tough for me. Thinking about, sure, I might pull ahead next round if I win priority, but I think in the long run, it's a little too little, too late. But if I can win priority, I might be able to get enough damage to clean up some of this stuff, free up my guys, be able to do a little more. So yeah, I scored 3, so I'm at 6 to your 10 right now at the end of battle round 2, and we'll go for the priority roll. So I got a 2, you got a 1. Thankfully, I win that, so I'll take the turn. So I'll double back at your double. I'll double back at you, and see how much stuff I can kill, and yeah, see what I can do. All right, so going into the top of battle round 3 with Lumineth going first. We just finished the top of round 3. My turn with Lumineth. I had a good spellcasting phase in terms of getting the amount of damage I put out. Got a couple wounds out over there on Reikenor. The right spell portal here, I was able to hit a bunch of that stuff and all these guys. So sprinkled mortal wounds everywhere. And then I managed to shoot off the Lord Executioner. And then in melee combat, I killed off the 2 spirit hosts. So all that stuff is taken care of. I have 5 bodies on the objective. I didn't want to try and get into the Morgul because it's just going to put more damage on me than I will it. Over here, I moved Tempest onto this one. Yeah, I don't know. I was in a tough spot with these 2, so I did what I could. I hold both of those objectives, but I don't know how long that will last. So I will score 7 points on my turn. But we are now going into the bottom of the round. It's your turn, and then there's also the potential of you getting another double turn against me. I lost 3 guys there, so I'm just going to use my command point. Yeah, so we'll go into bottom of round 3, Nighthaunt turn. All right, bottom of round 3.
Yeah, so I moved my... Okay, casting was largely ineffective as usual against...
No, you got your Mystic Shield off.
It didn't do anything though.
Well, you got it off. You were at 100% on your casting.
Yes, okay, so take that back. Casting was super effective this turn. I got Mystic Shield off that was not used at all. And then I just moved everyone around. So the Chain Ras ran, got a 6, didn't even have command pointed. So I got 2 on, so that outnumbers Teclis 2 to 1. At the start, the Dreadblade teleported and brought the Spirit Host with him for a command point. They made a charge, so that was good. Reikenor made his charge. The Executioner failed his again. The Morgul made his with a 10, so he got the Nighthaunt extra attack and blew up the 3 horsey guys before anything even started. The Spirit Torment flew over the building and made a charge in. And we managed to kill enough of those guys that I now outnumber you
Well,
there.
I battle shocked the one. We were tied, and I had it when we battle shocked.
Yes.
Or I battle shocked and lost one.
The Morgul healed a wound from killing a guy. The Spirit Torment healed a Spirit Host from killing 3 or more of Jordan's guys.
I rolled lucky well on my saves,
Yeah.
and my Cathlar stayed alive.
She's sitting on 2 wounds,
Yeah.
tanked all of Reichler,
Yeah, took 3 wounds from the Spear Host, and then Reichner didn't get any wounds through on her. Well, he split his attacks,
Yeah,
but he didn't get any wounds through on the archer either.
No.
The host.
just whiffed completely. But I will take all 4 objectives, and I'll score 9 points.
Yep.
So 9 to your 7 last round.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so even tougher position. Obviously, I needed a big turn last round, and I got it, but it wasn't, that was just to keep me in it. I still, I'm think it's going to be tough. So we're going into round 4, so there's only 2 rounds left. Very unlikely that I'm going to be able to do a whole lot.
I mean, you'll get the 4 if you get priority, you'll get 4.
Yeah, it all depends on priority, because then
you'll take yours back, you'll get 5.
Well, I can potentially dish out mortal wounds to all your stuff,
Yeah, true.
but it just depends on what happens.
Yeah, you could get lucky with you roll d6 on everything and
Well,
take all of these
you know
back.
what I mean? Well, the thing is, I need bodies on them to take them back.
Well, that one you would.
Yeah,
That
one
one you would.
This one I won't. So
So
you just scored max points and you're already ahead 4. So now you've outscored me every round by 2. So you're ahead 6. So I need to make up 6. I need to outscore you in round 4 and 5 by 3 each round. So
Yeah.
6 over the next 2 rounds I have to outscore you.
not impossible, but
Gonna be
uphill
tough.
battle.
Yeah, gonna be tough. But yeah, it's possible if I win priority. So let's roll it. I win ties. You roll a 2. I roll a 1. So you win priority, and I think we can just call it there. Because you
I score max
auto
points
score
again.
max points. You score another 9. And I think best case scenario for me, I score 7, and then I have to make up 6 points in the final round. I don't know. Well, let's keep going.
Okay.
See what happens. And one way or another, it'll be over quickly.
Yep.
All right, so we're into top of round 4, Nighthaunt going first. All right, end of your turn. Not much had happened, and you just have everybody on all the objectives.
Yeah, so I made the dumbest mistake ever. I teleported my general, blocked my own charges.
Kind of rushed through your placements, and ended up putting your hero in the way of the charge.
Like, I placed the guys I was teleporting outside of 12 inches so they couldn't even make the charge if they wanted to. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters at this point. That's literally what Tetris can do. So going into bottom of round 4, Lumineth Realmlords. Okay, so bottom of Lumineth turn, so end of round 4. Had a long shot to stay in it. I needed to run a 4 with him to get him onto this objective, but I only got a 3 and I was too far from the reroll, because my hope was to then send Tetris over here, move up onto this and cap this, but I'm like a body out from capping that at the moment. Actually, we only have 3 there. I think I still I have 2 guys. Well, let me try a charge with the Spearman. 6 doesn't, I don't think gets them in. Nope. And the archers get a 10. So my only hope is to take it and survive combat in my only play. So we're gonna go back to the overhead camera. I can't even charge you. Okay, well, it takes you back to these. I forgot I was still in Shining Company, so I realized after charging that I can't even make a charge. So, yeah, you definitely have that one 3-2, assuming it doesn't matter, even if we tie. Yeah, so 3-2, you have that. I was 1 off the run I needed. So I had the potential to score 7 on my turn, and then with the double, maybe score another 7, but honestly, it was out of reach. It literally wouldn't matter. Because on your turn, you would easily take that one back. You still have that one. I needed to score you 6 in the last 2 rounds. Yeah, there's no way. Or I need to score you 8 now in the last round. And unless I killed everything. But that was assuming I got what I needed. So, unlikely, long shot, but wanted to see what I could do. Tetris' Mortals did a bunch of damage, obviously, but really didn't change anything. So Nighthaunt victory here. If you did score 9 on your turn, round 4, I only would have scored 4 here. So 17 for me to your 28. At the end of 4, not even going into 5. So yeah, obviously out of reach from round 4, had a slim chance, but what do you think of your first game against Lumineth?
They're gonna be very powerful.
You think so?
If you can't deep strike half your army and get into them turn 1, they'll eat you alive, yeah. That's what I think.
So they obviously have, like, Tetris' consistent output is obviously the best thing going for them.
Yeah, unless you come up against
4 turns, 5 turns though.
Zinch, who can actually shut you down, or Nagash, who can shut you down, being able to just do whatever he wants in the spell casting.
So it's the same as Nagash though, right? He has 8. He gets to do 8 D3 mortal wounds a turn theoretically with this spell or with Arcane Bolt. So
much shorter range though.
Shorter, well, 18. He can only do 1 through a spell portal. So Tetris obviously has that. But it's the same problem as Nagash of you ignore him, you take the damage, and you kill everything else and win on objectives. You, body-wise, sure, I've killed a lot of your stuff. You're
I got
11
lucky,
ahead
like,
of me on objectives.
If this didn't have so many objectives that I could get onto and keep you pinned in, like if there was a mission with only 2 or 3, it would be...
Most of the missions have 4 or more.
But
now,
also where they were situated, being in the middle versus... Where
this is, yeah, the long one was harder. Or at least it prevented a turn of me shooting as much of your stuff. But really, I hit all your stuff anyways, except for your 2 heroes. You had stuff deep struck, so that wouldn't have changed anything. Maybe giving you first turn would have been better, so that all your stuff, whatever you pop up, is in range to be hit on my turn. If I had given you first on round 1.
Oh, I think that wouldn't have done you any good, because then you wouldn't have had any of them pop.
I wouldn't have had any, no, the exploding 5s and stuff. And that's where it's like...
I think they'll be very good in certain matchups and not so good in others.
Yeah, overall, I don't know how I feel about Tetris. He's good, obviously a lot of output, but you see how neutered my army is otherwise, right? And if I have to leave my castle, as soon as I left and didn't have my 5-up Feel No Pains, like my units folded.
Yeah, they definitely.
Like you killed, like the Morgendale killed, 8 guys, and then the 3 and 1, 3 riders. So it's like Lumineth stuff can be tanky, Lumineth stuff can be punchy, but it's rarely both. Where it's hard to do both everywhere you need to be, and on any kind of mission, you need to spread out. It's tough.
Yeah, it'll take more games to really get a feel of it.
Yeah.
Like you're running into issues with the Shining Company and whatnot.
Yeah, but even some of that stuff is I can't predict. So like I wanted to leave those guys in case you charge them. So my next turn, there's no way I could do that.
Yeah.
So the fact that Shining Company, you can't run to get out of it. You have to be out of it the turn before you want to run or charge, or not charge because you move then charge, so you can move out of it. But to run, you have to already be out of it, the Shining Company.
Yeah.
So in an ideal world, with my list, what I would prefer to take is, because I have 2 on the spells that I didn't even consider in this matchup that were just points fillers because I was 100 points under. Ideally, if I had the models, and this is just all my old high elf stuff, so I don't really have much flexibility. So with them, I could drop 1 unit of bows and add 2 extra units of spears. I think that would probably be a smart play in terms of we know
the spears are gross. Like you go into them and they do more damage to you than you do to them.
They're defensive, right? Because they want to be charged.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way I could screen off all my angles, right?
No, you don't have enough units.
Yeah, exactly. And the units I have, if I want the -1, which really makes me survivable, I have to stay in the those groups. So obviously, I think Nighthaunt's mobility really exposes my immobility and my how slow. Yeah, but the game was decided at that point. So like, what didn't impact the game. So I can make a unit fast, but 1 unit, especially if you send a unit out on its own, isn't going to necessarily stick around much stranded by itself when you need everything to be castled.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, interesting game. Definitely, this is your speed definitely really exposed. I think one of the big weaknesses of Lumineth.
And I knew that going into this, that I needed to pin you back turn 1. Like that was all I was going for either way. Like if you gave it to me or I got first or I went second, I was going all in either way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, it's tough because round 1 I did, like when you came in at the end of turn 1, I did make a lot of my 5-ups and I wouldn't have had any of those if not for taking first. So, I don't know. I don't think Lumineth is going to be one of the top armies. I think they can do well, but I think they are going to be very matchup dependent. Because you think of the fast armies out there like Flesh Eater Courts, Iron Jaws, Deepkin, all have the ability to get into Lumineth and pin them back.
They have some disgusting tools though.
The Teclis' spell is obviously incredible.
Teclis' spell is ability. The 2 command points have to spend to use 1.
So that's a spell roll 1.
Okay.
That's obviously strong.
That's gross. Like you say Flesh Eater Courts, but suddenly they can't do their piling and attack twice. You're taking that away from Fire Slayers. There's so many good things you're shutting down with that. And to be able to get it off for free every turn,
Yep. So it's such a trade-off though, and this is where they are such a tactical army to play, because I have great spells, but I want 6 of them off every turn, and I can choose 4 or 5. It's like the Feel No Pain. I need 2 spells to do the Mortal Wound thing
instead of your other ones.
I can't give him extra spells.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
So it's like, so there's 3 spell, so Feel No Pain, Spell Portal, Damage. I have 1 spell left with Techless. I want to do Ethereal, I want to do the Speed one, I want to do, pardon me?
What is the cast value of Spell Portal?
I'm not sure. So you could theoretically cast it to someone else.
Yeah.
But you're at +1, so it's probably like a 7, I'm gonna guess. But yeah, so against someone where I can sit back and get a round or 2 of my shooting and magic out, and I can start taking stuff down. But in this match, like, you could get into all my bows. You killed what, 2 units before I shot back at you at all?
1.5 maybe. Yeah.
No, you got the double 2 into 3 or 1 into 2.
Right. Yeah.
So I had like 7 archers left, or something like that. So yeah, when you think of it, yeah. So it's going to depend on matchups, obviously, but I think they're very a polarizing army in a sense, where some matchups they'll be dominant and others they will struggle. Like when you think about Nighthaunt being a 45% win rate army, low, mid to low mid kind of tier army that really, like, I don't think I was in this game from turn 3. I needed a lot of things to go right. Like I was on my back legs round 2. So and again against a mid tier army, yeah. They really
I feel like Techless is going to be something that people don't like to play against.
I agree. I think the Spell Portal combo definitely, like, there are some armies it'll just blow up, right?
And the command point thing,
Yep.
Those are awful.
Yeah, but they're all about trying to, like, control what my opponent can do. Like I have a bunch of movement things and spells that make you, whenever you want to do something, I roll 2d6, but they're bravery based, so they're not effective against death or chaos. In that, I also have like the -2 spell off, but there's a limitation. Obviously, I get 4 spells. I generally need to get the Shining Companies off on my guys to do it, to be effective, because without the buffs, they're not good, right? Like the units inherently, like their War Scroll stats aren't special. It's the combination of their abilities and the Aether Quartz and the spells that make them formidable, and as soon as they're losing 1 or 2 of those things, like, they fold.
Yeah.
Very interesting army. Yeah. It definitely didn't take time to get into. I definitely have said from the start that they're going to be a tough army to play well. But yeah, it's like, is Techless worth it as opposed to 5 more units? That's, I can do a little bit of damage to a lot of things. Over a couple turns, that is effective, but
yeah.
But if I'm turn 1, can't get into anything.
5 units of archers might be better than that, like, because then you can take out 1 unit every turn instead of slowly whittling down a bunch of units over.
Well, that's the thing, and especially on a long mission like this, it really goes to show. It's like I need effective. To get my points worth back, I need to be doing that spell every turn. Turn 1, I got a little bit out, but I didn't. I killed 4 models, and you brought them back. Very interesting. So I think this is both a matchup that kind of exposed some of their weaknesses, and I don't think this is a bad mission, because I can theoretically sit here, camp back here and never try and push yours. But because you can threaten my backfield so much, not just like 1 or 2 units, but half your army, it really got me stuck in there. And in this matchup, even like my horse riders, they want to kill 1 wound models, and you don't have any 1 wound models worth sending them into. So, they're not very good.
I wasn't sure why you stuck them at the very back to begin with.
I just needed to screen, and ideally I wait so I castle up turn 1, turn 2, or even on turn 2, I send them out with the +2 move. They go from there over here with 28-inch movement. Yeah. So it's almost like both keeping them protected, and I just had nothing else to screen with. Yeah, I think the smart thing would be drop the endless spells. I basically, was 1900 points plus this, endless spells that were pointless against you. Drop those, drop unit of bows, and I get 20 more spearmen, which just lets me actually make a castle, potentially, in terms of actually screening everything out. And then maybe...
Yeah, the spearmen are far more scary because, I mostly went into the bow guys and I wasn't afraid of them hitting me.
No. And maybe I have to...
Of spearmen that, 3 guys got into my chain rasps and,
killed 1 or 2.
Yeah. They took the unit out over 2 combats and it was 5 guys got to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, honestly, not being tied to the Shining Company. So if I'm in a matchup like this, and let's say I have 20 and then 3 10s of spearmen, I go, 20 block to one side, 2 10s, another 10, or a 10 on either side, and 1 10 strung out, actually fully zoning. So I'm not, knowing that they potentially will die if you go into them, but I, need to counter punch. Yeah. Interesting army. It was a fun game, but yeah. I'm not used to playing slow lists. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this first battle report with Lumineth. We'll obviously be getting more in the future as we want to continue to test these guys and see what they can do. So I hope hope you guys enjoyed it and stick around for some more. I'll always appreciate it if you can like and subscribe. Share the video with some friends if you think they would enjoy it. That definitely helps us as we're trying to kind of get started in this YouTube world and get our videos out in front of people. So thanks a lot. We'll see you again soon.
Take care.